it's just based upon it may be a confirmation bias based upon some of the whining, carping and nonsense that comes out of your manager's mouth on many occasions previously.
Shut up.
Guys, welcome back to today's episode of Social Discourse on this Thoughts on the Beast channel. It's a very, very good Friday, and today I really want to cover a story that I should have covered quite a while, but I didn't really want to talk about it because I felt maybe there was really no substance in it. So, of course, we all know what happened in the Champions League. You know, there were really, really very interesting results, and one of those results, of course, is Arsenal won away at PSV Eindhoven, you know, over there in Holland by 7-1. We all know the situation of Arsenal, that Arsenal currently has no strikers, and it has been quite difficult in some matches to be able to score goals. All right, so fast forward, Arsenal also made history that day by being the only team to have scored, 7 goals in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. So yesterday, while I was surfing the web, of course, trying to find content that I'm going to bring to you, my audience, I stumbled upon this video on TalkSport. And the narrative when Arsenal won by 7-1 over there in PSV was that it was because it's PSV. That was the narrative in the social media space. Now, this PSV are currently, I think, second on the table. They used to be first, but they are currently second on the table. And this is the first time they are going to be losing this season in their home. So, if it is the first time they are going to be losing this season in their home, and when Arsenal now beat them in the Champions League, it is no longer appreciated. So I don't really want to waste our time because I'm going to go in depth now to play this video by Simon Jordan, on their show. Then you can see what the mainstream media is actually doing to football, what the mainstream media is actually doing to the sport. This is a total lack of professionalism as far as I am concerned. I believe that Simon Jordan lacks the professionalism that the game needs. And be the judge of that as I play this video, so that we can actually see what is happening.
Tonight, Arsenal I've seen umpteen messages go through from Arsenal fans saying, yeah, that challenge by the Millwall goalkeeper, enough. When are you going to talk about us? Now is the answer to that. Arsenal put 7 past PSV Eindhoven last night and now very much eye up the Champions League quarter-finals. And amidst an attacking injury crisis, they had scored only twice in 4 games and none in their past 2 matches before this one last night in Eindhoven. They, in the process, became the first team in Champions League history to score 7 away from home in the knockout stages of the competition. Are they online now to win this thing? Well, who's to say they might not? This was Arteta post-match.
I knew it was coming.
Did you?
Oh, why? I mean, that's the beauty of it, Nobody in this room, if I give you an envelope, say, can you predict what's going to happen tomorrow and who is going to score? That's the beauty of football. In football and you do very well today, put your head down, be humble, analyze how you can improve, because the next game is going to be completely different to this one, and nobody can write the script, unfortunately, even if we would like to.
You've even got it in for Mikel Arteta this morning.
I knew it was coming.
Oh, you did you?
So please kindly listen to what Simon Jordan has to say. It is very, very important to listen. Of course, we heard what Mikel Arteta said. Please let's listen to what Simon Jordan has to say.
Okay, well, let's see what the next result comes out for Arsenal. The fact that PSV are absolutely dreadful. We had a journalist coming on yesterday saying they're absolutely dreadful. That might not have played into it.
The same Dutch journalist said it might end up 2-2 last night.
He did, but he also said that most of the players are playing to get out of the club and ultimately have dropped the ball completely, dropped from being 6 points clear at the top of the league to 8 points behind Ajax now. I've gone on a dreadful run of form recently that there's no explanation for, besides the fact they're not interested.
Whatever way you look at this, Simon,
it's a great result. It's a
phenomenal result.
What a time to get PSV when they're absolutely stinking at play chess.
All right, so let me quickly say some things here. Simon Jordan said, or reluctantly agrees, this is a great result for us now. And at the same time, he said he saw it coming from Mikel Arteta. That what Mikel Arteta said in the press conference, where Mikel Arteta said, if I had, when Mikel Arteta said, I saw it coming, of course, the way we heard it in that video, I saw it coming, when the journalist asked that, do you actually see, Arsenal winning by that margin? He said, I saw it coming. And that is the beauty of football. If I had given you all an envelope, would you be able to predict the score? Mikel Arteta was simply joking. He was making a joke out of that comment. But here is Simon Jordan saying that Mikel Arteta is boastful of the fact that Arsenal won by 7-1, and he's saying that Mikel Arteta knows that the Arsenal is actually going to win by 7-1. And at the same time, he's very, very reluctant in accepting the fact that that is a very great result away from home in the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League against a team that is second in their table. You know, they dropped from first in their table. And now you're making accusations and saying that the players of PSV Eindhoven are playing to get out of the club. What kind of professionalism is this? When the journalists become this? Are they not supposed to be analyzing the game? Are you supposed to be targeting managers or something like that? Are you supposed to be targeting managers or something like that? So I'm going to skip it to where, you know, a fan called in, that is an Arsenal fan, you know, and the fan actually pulled or rips into Simon Jordan. So I hope I get it on one click. Let me just see video there.
So did they peak last night, or is this trophy on?
They've got a chance. To dismiss them would be stupid.
Yeah.
They're a good side, Arsenal. He's built up a hell of a good side with a good mentality. As I said the other week on here, the reason
they'll be all right in the Premier League then as well. Then, but that's
the reason they're not pushing Liverpool is not because they didn't sign a striker, is because of their discipline.
Yeah.
So yeah, what this guy is saying, because I don't understand this narrative. I think we need to be very honest about what is going on. What exactly do you mean by discipline? A team is not able to score. You are talking about discipline. I don't understand. Is discipline as a regards of the fact that Arsenal has picked up a couple of red cards? We are talking about not being able to score. All attackers are out. You are talking about discipline, for goodness sake. How is this? This is not reasonable. We played against West Ham, not able to score. We played against, you know, a couple of teams are not able to score. Why is everybody disregarding the fact that Arsenal has injury problems? Is this the new standard of saying, okay, once you have injury now, you should plan it with your game? Which club in this whole world will actually plan it that all of the attackers will be out? Even Real Madrid cannot plan that Vinicius, Rodrigo, and Mbappe, Bellingham are going to be out for one season or for a couple of matches at the same time. I think we need to be objective about what we say. So let me play the video so that the caller can call in now.
Yeah, and that's a good point. You made it before. Terry's a big Arsenal fan. Terry, where do you stand on this last night? A, on the result, scoring 7, and B, is that the peak last night? Or will you go on now and have a serious tilt at winning the Champions League?
Well, I mean, that will depend on who you get in the next round. I mean, you could maybe argue that to peak 7-1, even if they do go on, they're not going to do that to anybody. I wouldn't have thought. I was just calling in just quickly, just to stop Simon just quickly. I'm watching YouTube, so I'm a little bit behind you guys. I don't know whether you saw what when you were playing the Arteta clip. He is clearly joking when he said he saw it coming.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
And then Diamond got at it, but he clearly didn't even listen to it properly, or he hasn't actually seen it. And if you haven't, that's a little lower than it, but there's a big information by it. He very, very clearly joking about it. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really, just because you kept going on about it based on the fact that it obviously...
I stand corrected. It's just based upon it may be a confirmation bias based upon some of the whining, carping and nonsense that comes out of your manager's mouth on many occasions previously.
Shut up.
Can you just imagine saying this to a manager live on the television? What kind of professionalism is this? How exactly are you supposed to be saying this to a manager that is currently active, that is the manager of one of the biggest clubs in the United Kingdom, saying that utter nonsense, gutter nonsense coming out of? You are not even a fan of the club, for goodness sakes. And as a journalist, as somebody who has been in the business for a very long time, I actually expect some level of professionalism. This is an absolute nonsense from Simon Jordan. This is forget the fact that Arsenal or anything. This can actually happen to Manchester United fans. Ruben Amorim has picked up your job now and is using about 6 or 7 months on the job. I can tell you that these guys can begin to do the same thing to you because they respect nobody. And the job now lacks professionalism. It's not supposed to be like this. I mean, look at what he has to say.
On YouTube, I'm a little bit behind you guys. I don't know whether you saw what when you were playing the Arteta clip. He is clearly joking when he said he saw it coming.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
And then Diamond got at it, but he clearly didn't either listen to it properly or he hadn't actually seen it. And if you haven't
That's a
seen
bit that one.
it, but there's a big smile,
Confirmation.
very, very clearly joking about it. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really, just because you kept going on about it based on the fact that it obviously.
I stand corrected. It's just based upon it may be a confirmation bias based upon some of the whining, carping, and nonsense that comes out of your manager's mouth on many occasions previously. You acknowledge that.
Things like, but then you can go ahead and say things like whining and carping on the stuff because you feel like a little bit back into a corner right now because you jump on some. When I listen to your show every single day and I hear you constantly banging on about, well, actually not you on this time, and you've been a bit more reasonable with this, but the banging on about trying to buy, about how they should have bought somebody in January.
I haven't done that.
Nobody's lifted. No, I just said that. You were a bit more reasonable about it. Everyone else that's on there, no one's lifted any name.
But you see that is another problem again. Everybody keeps whining about the fact that Arsenal should have brought in players, but nobody is really, just like the people that are saying Arteta out, they still do not have anybody that can replace Mikel Arteta. Rival clubs, Arsenal supporters, all of these guys saying Arteta out. Who exactly are you bringing in to replace Arteta that will manage the team without all attackers? That will manage the team with Sterling, Trossard, and just Nwaneri as the only forward that you have, and convert your midfielder to a striker. What manager can manage that? Who is the manager that can? Nobody's mentioning names. All everybody is doing is just to criticize.
They went out and loaned Diego Costa, but they wouldn't have been hammered for that.
Could have took a gamble on Rashford, Asensio, any of those. It's, there are players out.
Reported, and we were one of them to do it, that they bid and failed to get Ollie Watkins in the last.
To another injury to another player. I mean, one point that does keep getting made, which is fair, is that no way any manager is ever going to predict that 4 of his attacking players are going to be injured. Now, you can question why that.
This is simply common sense. This is what you guys should know. You guys have been in this job. Stop the bias, for goodness sakes, and actually do your job.
Happen now in hindsight and look at that going forward. Maybe there is a reason why they're having so many hamstring injuries. Yeah.
And you can't deny is that he's put all his eggs in one basket when relying on Havertz to be fit by getting to the end of the window without bringing someone in.
Yeah. Terry, 3 things before you go, mate. 3 points before you go. Number 1, I'm delighted you're a regular listener. Every day you listen. Number 2, I'm so glad you were watching on YouTube and you caught this man out moments ago who's sitting with his lead up his shoe. And Danny, by the way, Danny was explaining that it was actually forgetting to bim down.
Obviously, he plugged into the neck. So now he's confused after saying that nonsense, after saying that crap. He's confused. See, the point of this video is to say that the mainstream media is actually doing more harm than the good that they are actually supposed to be doing. We are not supposed to be having this kind of, obvious hatred on the mainstream media, watched by a wider view of audience. So when Simon Jordan is saying these things, what kind of impression do you want people who are hardcore listeners of Simon Jordan, what kind of impression do you want them to have about Mikel Arteta? What kind of things do you want them to say about this? Is beyond football. This is hatred. This is honestly hatred. And they cannot just pick up the job. They do not know anything about football. All this do here is sit down and whine about it. They complain about everything. Which team would actually predict that 4 of his attacking footballers are going to be out? See the problem Manchester United are having. In fact, I saw a video of Mark Goldbridge, just before I started this video, complaining that, or saying that he wished that this match, between Arsenal and Manchester United would not go on Sunday because Manchester United has too many injuries. So guys, this is the video I actually want to make today. So please remember to drop your comments in the comment section. If you're already subscribed to my channel, please turn on the post notification. And if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. YouTube is telling me that a lot of you guys are watching my videos, but you are not subscribing. Please, guys, please do subscribe so that my channel can grow too. And if there is something about my content that you do not like, it is important to let me know. Drop it in the comment section. I will work on it and make sure that everything goes just as it should. And now, before I go, I quickly want to talk about something very, very important. What you can see on the screen is the barcode to my WhatsApp channel. It's okay if you do not want to join the WhatsApp channel, but just in case if you want to join, you can scan the barcode so that it takes you to my WhatsApp channel. You join my WhatsApp channel. Whenever I drop a video like that, I post it in my WhatsApp channel. I also post news, I post posts, I post, gifts and many other things, so that we can actually form a bigger community. So guys, please, this is the video for today. I'm going to be seeing you in the next one. I probably might be making another video by the end of the day if I have an interesting topic I want to talk about. So guys, I'm going to see you in the next one, and please do enjoy your Friday. Thank you guys.